Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the test format for the IELTS speaking test. First of all, you need to know that the test is divided into three distinct parts, all of which are very important. The level of difficulty increases as you go further from part 1 to part 2 and to part 3. So the first part is the easiest part, and in general you'll be asked about topics such as your home, your family, your work or employment, or your education and your interests. This part is 4 to 5 minutes long. After that you'll move on to part 2, and for that you'll speak for 3 to 4 minutes on a topic which is randomly selected by the examiner. Now you don't know what this topic will be. They'll be selected from a book from random, and you'll have 1 minute to prepare for this. You'll be given a pencil and a piece of paper, and you can take notes. It's up to you whether you want to take notes, but I would advise you to do it. After 1 minute, you will speak for non-stop about that topic. You will not be interrupted by the examiner. This leads logically to the next part. The final part is part 3, and this is connected to part 2. So for example, if for part 2 you spoke about technology, part 3 you'll also talk about technology. For part 2, if you talked about the environment, part 3 will also be about the environment. So this will be a two-way conversation where you'll speak from 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner will ask you questions. He can ask you more questions and you'll respond. This is probably the most difficult part of the IELTS speaking test, but it's definitely achievable with sufficient practice. Now I'm going to go over the marking criteria. Basically, the IELTS speaking test is graded from 0 to 9, 9 being the highest. You don't have to speak perfect English to get a 9, and the 4 criteria are fluency and coherence. That's basically how smoothly you speak, with little hesitation, not too many pauses, and coherence, how you order your speaking in a logical sequence. Then you have lexical resource. Now this is basically vocabulary. If you use more advanced, less common vocabulary, your score goes higher. And then there's the next part, which is grammatical range and accuracy. So if you use a range of grammatical structures, your grade will be higher. So you might use the present simple, the past tense, future, present continuous, present perfect, a whole range. And of course you have to use it correctly as well. That's very important. And finally is pronunciation, basically how clearly you can sound when you're speaking. If you're easy to understand, your score is higher. So I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions about the IELTS speaking test, please post them in the comments section below. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks, please hit the subscribe button below for more free videos. Thank you for watching.